experience that gave rise to this particular expression in Psalms 23. And what happened was, when many of the sheep in a given area or geographical location near the stormy Sea of Galilee would take the sheep down to get water, that oftentimes the water's turbulence was so disturbing. And you remember a few minutes ago I told you how anxious and how jittery the sheep were. That if they got down to the edge of the water and the tides were rolling in and the lightning was flashing and the thundering was lightning, and the sheep would go back home thirsty. And so the shepherd would dig, somebody shout, would dig a reservoir, a canal that would lead from the main body of water, and they would dig a reservoir so that when the water on the sea was so stormy and turbulent, the water in the reservoir, it was still. And so in spite of the weather's condition or the wind's interaction with the currents on the water in the reservoir was always still. And that's how God, our shepherd, works. You know why? Because he has a way of pulling peace out of confusion. He has a way of taking the calmness out of your catastrophe. He has a way of bringing deliverance out of your disaster. And how many of you know that behind every raindrop, it's not a flood, it's not a hurricane, it's not a Rita or Katrina. He has a way of turning your midnight into day. He has a way of making your stumbling blocks your stepping stone. He has a way of turning your dead end streets into highways. He has a way of picking you up when you're down. Is there anybody up in here that knows what I'm talking about? Won't the Lord pick you up? Won't the Lord turn you around? Won't the Lord plant your feet on the solid ground? He has a way of making your enemies your footstool. And that's why I tell people all the time, be careful of people smiling in your face. Can I get a witness up in here? Bishop smiling in your face all the while trying to take your place. I had to go old school on you. Reaper, that's the OJs. Can I talk about it up in here? Smiling in your face all the while trying to take your place. Can I get a witness up in here? But look at somebody and say, you got to do like I do. When people come up in your face with craziness and stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the kingdom, you know what you need to tell them? Let's just kiss and say goodbye. Come on, talk to me. That's what you got to do. You see, because God got so much for you. How many of you know that life will sometimes put you in stressful situations and pressure-packed predicaments? This is from a young crowd here. How many of you know sometimes life can be something else? Come on, can I testify? All right, come on, DMX. Can DMX come to your church, Bishop? Can he come to your church today? This is for the young folks. All right, DMX, come on to what is this? Mount Moriah. Come on to Mount Moriah and testify. Y'all about to make me lose my mind. Y'all about to make me act a fool. Y'all about to make me lose my cool. Come on, DMX, testify. Y'all about to make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Now, for y'all that's a little older, you can't identify with that. Come on, Grandmaster Flash. Come on way down to Mississippi. Come on down here to Mount Moriah. Holding this shirt. Come on, DMX, and testify. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the I'm trying not to lose my head. I'm a drummer sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. You know how I keep from going under? I realize that the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. It means that in spite of the turbulence going on around you, God has given you inner peace. He's giving you inner stillness. He's giving you peace within when there's hell without. But sometimes we have to wait on God. Oh, if Grandmama Friends was here, she would say, he may not come. I wish I had some witnesses up here. I said, he may not come when you want him to come. And I'm going to feel, I believe I got some witnesses up in here that can tell you he's always. I said, he's always. I said, he's always. I said, he's always on due time. Is there anybody up in here that knows what I'm talking about? And that's why Isaiah, looking down through the tunnel of time, he said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Is there anybody up in here and I shall not want. I'm so glad that the Lord is my shepherd, because he's leading me beside the still waters. The Lord is my shepherd, and when I'm sad, he makes me glad. When I'm mad, he makes me glad. When I'm weak, he makes me strong. Is there anybody up in here that knows what I'm talking about? You know, when I was coming through seminary, Bishop Robinson and Bishop Copeland, I told my seminary professor that some of our poor folks was crazy, because when I was coming up in the church at Evangelist Lucy, the old preachers would say, "Ain't God all right?" And I said, that's not correct English. But they would say, "Ain't God all right?" And I said, dramatically and grammatically, that's incorrect. But you know, our preachers and our grandfather would say, "Ain't God all right?" I said, when I graduate from Emory University, I've never heard people say, "Ain't God all right?" Because grammatically it's incorrect. But I've been through some things. I've had some ups and I've had some downs. But I want to know today, ain't God all right? I said, ain't the Lord all right? Won't he make a way for you? Won't he come see about you? And then the other thing the preacher would say is, won't he will? And I got to thinking about that. I said, what in the world is he talking about? Won't he will? But I've been through some tough situations. I've been through some hard situations. And I stopped by to tell somebody, won't he will? Won't he come and see about you? Won't he will? Won't he make a way out of no way? Won't he will? Won't he pick you up when you're down? Won't he will? Won't he make your enemies leave you alone? Won't he will? When the doctors walk out the room, but Jesus walked in the room and say, by my stripes, you are already healed. Won't he will? When it looks like you don't know how you're going to make it. When it seems like your money is funny and your chain is strange, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Won't he will? Is there anybody up in here that knows what I'm talking about? Some single mother, you put all your children through college, didn't know where the money was coming from. Won't he will? Is there anybody up in here that can stand on your feet and say, won't he will? Won't he will? Won't he make a way? Somehow. Won't he will? And so, the Lord is. I don't know who's your shepherd, but the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. This and I'm through.